LEGO, you gotta step it up on the painting. Don't allow stuff like this to go through anymore. Hey guys, if you like what I do on Toy Gander, make sure you subscribe. We're almost at 100,000. Before we get started, gotta give a shout out to ENJ and Sonic Simon. You guys are last subscriber winners in the last video. Now we're going to move on to the Overwatch. Now, one thing that I always do, I like to compare fake Lego, or LEPIN, or whatever you want to call them, compare them to real Lego. So I got this set. One of my favorite characters in there is Genji. Hanzo's just kind of a byproduct on this. I got some fake ones. We're going to take a look at the real one first, build it, and then we'll compare it to the knockoff brand. Let's go ahead and get started. I have to say, this is one of my new favorite builds. Now, this actual set is just under 200 pieces. I think it's 197. And sometimes how I feel is when you have too many pieces and you're really starting to feel overwhelmed, you're like, okay, I gotta find this, and sometimes you get lost. This is just enough to do. You can sit down, just go right through it, and really enjoy the experience. The other part of this that I really like, it comes with 3 figures. You got Hanzo, you got this guy, some pedestrian, and then you have Genji. And at 16 bucks, which is how I got this at Walmart for $16. It's like unheard of to get a $16 set, 197 pieces with 3 characters for that much. So I was really impressed, especially when you're talking about a license deal. Let's dig into the characters. Starting with my favorite, Genji. Now, if you guys don't know, I've said it in the past, Genji is one of my favorites within Overwatch, but also he reminds me, he was actually inspired by Cyborg Ninja, and he's just a really cool character. Now, looking at this, some things that I love about it, I love the choices that they made, especially with the helmet. The new helmet mold is great. The hairpiece, or the bandana piece that goes off of it, I thought it was interesting that they went with a plug design. That's pretty cool. I like the fact that he has the green ninja sword, which is matching. I like his overall torso prints done really well too. Obviously he doesn't have anything underneath his face. It's just all silver. But it has some great printing throughout the character. I would have liked to see some printing on the side, but we never see that really from LEGO. The part that I thought was a little bit mysterious with this is the shurikens are made out of like this flexible plastic. And I don't know if it's because they're sharp on the end and LEGO just wanted to keep themselves safe, but either way it doesn't really translate that well, and I really wish it was realistic plastic. I just don't like the rubberized feel to it. And sometimes they do that with certain pieces. I think it's just because of the sharpness of it. Either way, this character is really cool, and I really do like this this Genji. Let's move on to the next one. The Not So Innocent Bystander. Now, one thing that's a little bit rare to see is LEGO dabbling within the weaponry world, specifically guns. And this, I think, was used in the Red Hood Batman minifigure line. But it's really kind of rare to see them do that. And I think as LEGO gets more and more profitable with these different license deals, we probably will see Fortnite somewhere down the line. If it continues to be a profitable business, they're going to do more of it. It just makes sense. So I'm glad to see it. I do like to actually see this character. He's pretty cool. He kind of looks like this John Travolta-like character. He comes with an iPhone-ish, or at least a smartphone. I don't know what he's playing on there, but either way, it's like this blue plastic or blue. I think that's kind of weird that they went with that choice. Maybe it's supposed to be see-through or something. But I like this character. I like his overall printing. He's got that tuxedo look. I think it's pretty cool. And Hanzo. Now, looking at Hanzo, the face I think is done very well. I think the hair is done well. I think this is a little bit of an odd choice. I think it sticks out a little bit too much as far as the ribbon that goes off of his hair. The part that I thought LEGO really should step up with is how bad the transition is from the torso to the arm. There's really, I mean, this looks like almost like fake Lego. That's how dim and dark this is. It's really surprising that Lego allowed this to pass, because this does not make the cut in my opinion. At least, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. I just think the fact that this does not transition well at all is kind of telling to see why maybe this is a $16 set. I don't know. It's just surprising to let them see that go through the line. I do like the face print though. I think it looks really close to the actual character. Printing on the back, you can also see again, the printing on the back does not transition that well. Just that beige into the actual beige arm looks really bad. It's really harsh. They went with the arrow. Another thing, this is just a general complaint, not about this set, but just in LEGO in general. I want to see LEGO come up with a solution for the bow and arrow. No one in the world holds a bow and arrow like this. LEGO needs to come up with a solution, because when you get the actual bow and arrow into the arm, it's just a hard, it's hard to do. It doesn't quite fit there. It doesn't look right. I know that there's some third-party answers to this. I want to see LEGO step up, just like we saw movable short legs. We need to see an answer to the bow and arrow. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But overall, again, I think this is a great set. I love the overall action shots within the actual background here. You got these pieces that can shoot out. You have some spawning points for some items right here. The cool way that they did the lantern. Overall, it's a really great set. So let's see how they compare to the fake knockoffs. While it's still fresh in your mind, looking at Hanzo. So like I said, with a third-party knockoff, what they did kind of solve the solution with the crossbow, or excuse me, the bow and arrow. They just eliminated the string. That way it kind of holds on right there. And you can actually take this arrow and put it into the side right there. I do give them points for that. Some things that I'm not happy with. Obviously, the hair does not look nearly as good as the official one. The hair really doesn't fit. Now, these, keep in mind, these came out months and months before the LEGO releases. So they went off the actual characters. These are not a straight one-for-one knockoffs of LEGO. These are actually different styles to try and come up with the same character. The other interesting note that I have to give to Hanzo for the knockoff is I think the knockoff actually did a better job transitioning the chest piece into the arm piece. It looks closer than LEGO. If you see what I'm talking about, let me put them side by side. You'll see right there, such a harsh transition, like just a straight out white almost from LEGO. And the knockoff brand has more of a beige or a tannish color. It just looks like it eases better into the arm. I don't know. At least I think so. You guys might think a little bit different. Another thing to note, looking at this character, they put more detail throughout it, and that's typical of these customs. Sometimes they do it a little bit too over the top, and you never really see LEGO do it, and it kind of loses the LEGO aesthetic. So I have to give it to LEGO on that piece, just for keeping it, getting the shape right, and keeping the Lego-esque form, I guess, or the Lego-esque style. The other thing that's weird about this one is the strange George Lucas frog neck that he's got going on here. I mean, it looks nothing like the original. It just kind of elongates his neck, and it just kind of looks like a frog. I don't know. I love how LEGO actually executed on that one. But as far as this, there's ups and downs in between the two. I don't know. It's a really close match, but in the end, I will give it to LEGO just because of the quality. Although, LEGO, you got to step it up on the painting. Don't allow stuff like this to go through anymore. And here's the knockoff Genji. Now, I also have another one that I did custom paint that looks a little bit better, but not by much. Now, the part that clearly is an issue right here is the head. His head is not painted. They just chose to leave it white except for the glowing eyepiece. So it doesn't really look like him. I mean, the shape is actually pretty good. It is a little bit taller, and it kind of, I don't know, it makes him look a little bit out of scale because of the height. And they also molded into this bandana piece. It's molded into the head, which I don't know. I don't necessarily dislike it, but the main thing and main concern with this, the printing's okay. It looks pretty good. A little bit more detail right here. I just wish they would have painted the helmet. Now, if we compare these one by one, you really see the difference as far as quality goes. I mean, LEGO obviously went with the this, I don't know what this color is called, but this maybe sandish color for the torso, and then they transitioned it and did the painting on the legs, which looks great. I mean, it actually looks like it's molded almost, just the way the color matches so closely. However, the face is atrocious on this one. The face is great on this one. I really do like how LEGO executed that helmet. It doesn't get better than that, to be honest. He also came with a sword. This is the one I custom painted, and I was going to paint this gray, but I stopped doing it because I got lazy. And you can kind of see it matches a little bit better, but when you start doing a little bit too much detail and shading especially, it looks less and less like LEGO and more like your own creation. But you could also see a little bit of stuff on the back. Not much there. Different type as far as the blades go, the holster. I don't know. Definitely, I'm gonna choose LEGO on this one by far, just because it's an overall finished product and it looks a lot better. And plus, it's just such a cool character. Hats off to him. All right, guys, it's that time of the video. There's one figure somewhere on the screen that is just not quite right. I need the top 3 subscribers to find out what is wrong. Put it in the comments below, and I will give you a shout out in the next video I do. Guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every time you guys like that. Click that thumbs up button and subscribe. We're so close to 100,000 subscribers. Can't wait to get there. I really appreciate all you guys watching my videos. Again, I upload every Wednesday and Saturday. Until next time, you can help us take a gander.